Hello and welcome to the channel. Now, a few weeks ago, a subscriber of mine by the name of Nathan recommended I look at a controller for the Switch. And as I do with all the comments like this, I looked it up, and to my surprise, I saw that it looked pretty decent at a ridiculously low price. So I purchased one, and I've been playing with it on my Switch ever since. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at this. This is the PDP Rock Candy wired controller. We're going to be unboxing it. You're greeted with the controller. We're going to be going through all of its features. Pretty much silent. And Nathan, if you're watching, if you still like the look of this after my video, message me on Instagram or Twitter and you can have this controller. I'll do my best to get this sent to you as a way of thanks for recommending it and the support you've given the channel. So join me as I look at Nathan's recommendation of this, the PDP Rock Candy wired controller in blue meringue for the Nintendo Switch. Welcome down onto the tech desk, and as we said, introduction, we're going to be looking at this today. So I got recommended this a few weeks ago, and it's called the Rock Candy by PDP. So it's kind of like an officially licensed controller. And the reason why, I went and go and had a look at it, and the reason why is because I picked this up for £10, okay? You can go and get this in America for around $15, and they do different colours, and now on Amazon, different colours at different prices. So go and have a look down the links below of what colours do what prices, okay? But this, certainly the blue one that I picked up, the blue meringue, cost me £10. And it just looks great, doesn't it? It really does stand out straight away. So on the front, be bright, be bold. That's going all about the colours. Rock Candy wired controller. And on the side, it's still a bit see-through there, so you can still see. It's all talking about looking at this controller here, so it's cut out there. On the back, a bit about it. It says pick your flavour, and it has 10 different colours. Now, I've only ever seen 4 colours. There's the blue meringue, which is this one. There's stormin cherry. There's pineapple pop, and there's Cosmo berry. So it's blue, red, yellow, and purple. But let's see, 10. Maybe there's some other colours I haven't seen yet, but they're the only 4 I can find. Again, they'll all be linked to down below. And the colour view, be bright, be bold. Okay, so what happens, I've packaged this up as best as I can, okay? And what you get in the box, you get a bit of literature. No point, because it's dead easy to set up. And then when you pull it out, you're greeted with the controller and the cable. So kind of pop the controller out like that. This cable here is 2.5 meters long. It's fantastic. Let's talk about this first because it's really well terminated. This end piece is really nice. It is micro USB, and that plugs into the back of there, obviously, and then it plugs into your dock. And there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about that. But it's a really nice, good quality, thick cable, 2.5 meters, brilliant. And then here we are, it's the main piece, the controller itself. When you first get it out and you put it in your hands, it feels well built. It does feel like a licensed controller, almost like that first party feel to it. It feels really nice in the hands, lovely, well built. Asymmetrical thumbsticks, as you'd expect, D-pad, screenshot home, minus plus, X, Y, A and B. And when I mentioned about this a couple of weeks ago, somebody mentioned that the plus and the minus and the screenshot on the home are swapped around. So you've got the screenshot on the home up the top there, and then you've got plus and minus on there. Now that doesn't actually happen with any other controllers apart from the PDP ones. So home and screenshot are down there, minus and plus are up there. Similarly with the official Pro controller, you've got the home and the screenshot button down there, and the plus and minus up there. So I am not sure why, but PDP seem to think that the home key and the screenshot should be up the top there. Okay, so going over then, the thumbsticks are brilliant. I want to talk about these. I love these thumbsticks. I really like them. Don't ask me about drift. I don't know. It's only been a couple of weeks, and there has been no drift, as I would expect. But drift is such a buzzword, isn't it? So there might drift. I don't know. But it feels lovely. It feels really smooth when it goes around here, like really smooth. Lovely. We're gonna whip it over onto the Switch later on just to go and have a play about with the settings and stuff. But this, it feels lovely and smooth. I really wanted to highlight that just because I haven't had a thumbsticks that just feel as smooth as these. So they're completely plastic. The clicking is nice and solid click on there. Moving on to the D-pad. So it's a cross formation. It feels okay. It's a bit mushy, if I'm honest. It's not the best D-pad. As I say in all my videos, D-pads are a personal preference, but this one isn't, be honest with you, it isn't great, but it's okay. It serves a function. It's okay. X, Y, and A, B, they're great. They feel okay to me. The X is a little bit further pressed in than all of the others. So that kind of goes flatter to the controller than all of the others, but not a problem. I didn't have a problem. And then when it sits in hand, no issues with it's kind of adult-sized hands pressing any of the buttons, because as you can tell, this is a smaller controller, and we'll compare it with the Pro in a second. But when I was holding onto it, I didn't have any issues with pressing any of the buttons and the triggers on top. So these are digital, as with most switches, so it's just going to be a press in, hardly any travel. Not particularly clicky, just a little bit of a click. But pretty much silent. Now talking about some of the features. It doesn't have motion and it doesn't have rumble, although I want to talk about something. If you look in here, I don't know if you can see this, it actually has kind of a seating for a rumble motor inside of there. So I'm not sure if this is a case from a different controller they've just repurposed into this new one, but it could fit a rumble in there. But as we know, with all licensed controllers, they're not allowed rumble. That's something for the courts to decide, nothing for us to decide, I'm afraid. Overall, really nice feeling controller. And like I said, it is a bit smaller. So I've got my Pro controller here. So if I put them side by side, as you can see, quite a bit smaller than the Pro. Okay, but not uncomfortably small. This is 250 grams. This is half that at 125 without the cable. So without the cable, just that is 125 grams. So it's nice and light. But as I keep saying, it just feels nice in the hand, and these thumbsticks are superb. Okay, so what you do is you get your micro USB, you plug it in there, then you plug it in your dock, and that's literally it. It will connect almost instantly. And what we're going to do now is just going to, because you can use this dock, we're going to show you I can use it handheld as well. So I've just got an old USB hub. And if I plug this into here, this USB Type-C into there, and what you're going to do is you're going to plug the micro USB into there like that. Okay, so in there, plug that in. The little white light comes on there, and then you'll see that, there we go, it works. So you can plug it into the dock if you want to, but if you want to do it handheld, if you've got, I mean, you don't need all this. This is overkill, but if you've got like a little adapter that does A to C, this will work. Okay, and then also I just wanted to show you as well, is I've just picked up a random micro USB cable that I have. There we go. Okay, so you don't, as long as you can get a cable that fits into this hole into here, because it is a hole in there that will need to be smaller to fit in there, you can pretty much use any cable or anything you want to. You don't need to have it docked. You don't need to use this cable. I mean, it's preferable, this cable, because it's a beast and it's nice and long, but you don't need to. If I get all this back plugged in, okay, what we're going to do is going to go over to our usual settings, and then we will go down to controllers and sensors, all the way down, test input devices. Yeah, nothing. There's no extra features, so there's no point in testing it, but it feels really nice and responsive. The thumbsticks were very responsive. All the buttons seem very, very responsive. Okay, so we'll quickly move on to here, calibrate control sticks. If I click the left stick here, so this thumbstick feels great. And as you see, there's no drift yet. I wouldn't expect drift. Okay, all the way around there. No problems. And then if I come back and I do the right one, And then finally, just wanted to show you as well, if we grab this out again, because you're going to need this, if we plug this in, plug this into here, and then we plug this into here. There we go. So it works on the light as well, okay? But you're going to need a hub. You don't need a hub like this, just get a little adapter though, and that'll plug into the adapter in there. So it works for the switch light as well. So it performs very, very well. I haven't had a problem with this for the whole time that I've been using it. I think this is an excellent, excellent controller. It's missing a couple of features. It's missing rumble, but having said that, we looked at a controller recently that was nearly $100, and that didn't have any rumble. But again, that was because it was licensed. And it also doesn't have motion. That's probably the other thing that's picking up, and no other features. But having said that, I think this is a great controller if this is going to be back up. For the price, it's insane. You get $15 or £10. Brilliant. Oh, it's just something for the kids to hold, even though if you're not even an adult, you can play with this. No problems at all. I'd say the D-pad is a little bit mushy, yeah, but the thumbsticks make up for it. Fantastic. And the triggers are brilliant. Okay, so if you're looking for a kind of like a backup controller that you want wired, this is definitely an option you need to be looking at. Okay, so this is the Rockcandy Nintendo Switch officially licensed controller from PDP. So there we have it then. That was my look at this, the wired controller from PDP. It's called the Rockcandy in Bloomerang. Go and have a look down the link below for all the others. This is a no frills, really comfy, quite nicely well made wired controller. It is small, is that going to bother you? But for me, even with my adult hands, not a problem. Okay, that's it then. Please just stick a thumbs up, do subscribe if you're new around here. Until the next video, bye bye.